Proceed.
Hey everybody, welcome to Bogus Features. I'm Nick Narrow, and this is Corey Bresser. And on today's episode, we're going to watch episode 2 of Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. We're both pretty excited about this.
Love this show.
Because we both enjoy this
I'm
show.
very excited about it because it's not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The next mutation.
Yeah, you really have to add that little bit there. Anyway, let's just get right into it. So, hope your Netflix is ready on episode 2, because here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
And for together fight as one.
Or however the fuck the songs goes. I don't know.
World's about to break.
Roar.
Yeah,
I love Captain America.
He's my favoriteest.
Yeah.
In fact, right here, over my shoulder, right there, there's a shelf with lots of Captain America figures. Not all of the ones that I have, but lots of them. And then, also here on my desk, there are a bunch as well. But you can't see that. And there's some
True
over there,
story.
too. And some over
True
there.
story. Nick once got arrested with a Captain America figure in his pocket the entire time.
That is a true story.
I know. That's why I said it was a true story.
And
all right, what do we got? Who's up next? We saw Iron Man last time. Thor the Mighty.
Is it Thor
So we got
this time?
Thor's origin, or yeah.
Nice.
Oh, the Wrecking Crew. I love the Wrecking Crew. Like, just what a goofy...
ooh, yeah. I love the Wrecking Crew, too.
Just what a goofy, hacky, gimmicky, just horrible villain gimmick that is just so awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, I was holding a magic crowbar that got struck by lightning, so all of me and my friends got superpowers. What? Horrid. But I love the Wrecking Crew. Especially because his name is Pile Driver.
Yeah, Pile Driver, Thunderball, the Wrecker, obviously, and then, Bulldozer, yeah. Hey, Maria Hill, I think. Or is it Jane Foster? I don't know. It might be Jane Foster. The guy just fell over. He was just like, ugh.
I shouldn't have told you Bulldozer. I should have seen what you come up with. It's like, oh yeah, the Wrecker, Pile Driver, Thunderball, and Steve. Fear me, I am Steve.
Handlebars. Was that your impersonation of my voice? Is that what I sound like?
Monkey wrench. By the way, there's no way you possibly know this. In one episode of the Runaways comic, the Runaways fight the Wrecking Crew, and Pile Driver's son is with them. I don't remember his name, but the only thing he had to add to the group was he had an enchanted shovel. He had a magic shovel. I love comic books.
Can I just say, you know this pretty well, actually, but I didn't like Thor for the longest time.
No, you hated Thor.
I wouldn't say hated, but I just wasn't enamored with him. And it mostly is because, I typically don't like uber strong big guy heroes. I typically like underdog type heroes. But because of this cartoon, a couple comics, and obviously the movie, Thor's become really endearing to me, and I like him a lot now. And the same with Hulk, actually.
He has a lot of flaws.
I like Hulk, and I hated Hulk. Hated Hulk almost as much as Superman. This cartoon,
That's saying
specific
something.
cartoon made me like the Hulk, as well as the Avengers movie. I thought the Avengers movie did him real well.
Puny God.
He's a character that is dangerous because you can just do him wrong easily, and a lot of people do.
Yeah,
I still
easily.
don't I don't read many Hulk comics because I don't know.
I never hated the Hulk, but I wasn't huge on him until I read Planet Hulk and World War Hulk. Those were awesome.
See, like I
Those
read
were
those.
awesome story arcs.
I read those and they were okay. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like he needs to be used well, and that's why I like him in team settings. He's always a great addition to the team, but outside of it, I just like.
He's not a good focus. He's a great addition. He's not a good focus. Kind of like Deadpool.
Deadpool's awesome on his own. I'm sorry. Well,
I don't know if I agree with that.
Well,
I've read a lot of
comics,
standalone Deadpool. I had a subscription to Deadpool back, a few years back. And it was like, I started off, I was so excited, I was like, yes, Deadpool, I love Deadpool. And then it's like really, really quickly, the comic just got hokey. And it was like, alright, can we make something actually happen here? And like, it just got silly, and not in a good way. Like, I know Deadpool is silly, but like, it got silly like stupid.
I don't know, when I read it a couple years ago, because I dropped it, I didn't like the first arc that was written by Brian Posehn, who I think is hilarious, by the way. I just didn't like what he was doing.
Brian Posehn, the like super tall, awkward stand-up comedian?
Yeah, he's writing Deadpool right now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I've heard that after that first arc it gets real good, but I just haven't picked it up yet. Loki. Anyway, the Mark Waid written Deadpool stuff, I loved.
Listeners, do yourselves a favor and do a Google image search for Loki, Let It Go. You're welcome.
So anyway, when I was reading Deadpool, which is, I guess, after you were reading it, that was one of the comics that made me laugh out loud.
Yes, definitely.
When I read it every month. Like, I would laugh a lot reading Deadpool. Because, like, the thing about Deadpool is, like...
You definitely read more recent stuff than I did. I mean, I had Deadpool... I had a subscription to Deadpool back when I still lived in Pennsylvania.
Oh, so I mean... Yeah, so you didn't read the good stuff, actually, to be honest.
No, I read plenty of good stuff. That's why I got the subscription to it. And a lot of the subscription was good. It's just... the writing kind of like went off on it went from like a solid concrete story to I got the subscription basically just as they were just doing a bunch of filler. It was just like, all right, here's a 2-issue story arc for these 2 months, and then here's a 3-issue story arc for these 3 months. It's like this is they're entertaining, but they just weren't like. They didn't fit into any kind of overall story. So.
Okay.
Lady Sif. I would really like to see an animated version of
Sif having sex with Thor.
Thor Disassembled, where they did the Battle of Ragnarok. Like they did Ragnarok in the comic.
Yeah.
And man, so freaking good. And it's like you learn so much about all the characters and everything. I mean, they took a guy who had a degree in Norse mythology and had him on as an advisor for the writing. Like, so everything was spot on.
Yeah.
But it was still like Beta Ray Bill was in it. Obviously, Beta Ray Bill was not in Norse mythology.
Right. So and we're gonna get to it eventually while watching this show, but they do Beta Ray Bill on this show, and they do it really well too. Man, that's what's almost bittersweet about watching this show, is like watching how well it was put together over the course of 2 seasons and the kind of universe it built, and then nothing. It just ended. Just like, I don't know. It's disappointing.
That was another thing I love in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Thor is actually in the game, and one of his special moves is you can charge up his special move meter, and as he does it, the move that does it is he monologues. He sits there spinning the hammer and talks about how great he is, and you face the mighty Thor and the power of Mjolnir! Like, I laughed out loud when I saw that, because Thor is iconic for that, and I hate the fact that they don't include that in the movies. It's like, I want to hear Thor monologue. I want to hear about Asgard. I want to hear how he's the son of Odin. I want to hear how powerful Mjolnir is.
Well, yes, and the thing is, like, in the first Thor movie, they had him sort of do it. Like, when he was on Earth and, like, he's like, how dare you attack the son of Odin with so puny a weapon, and, you know, stuff like that. Like, he sort of did it, but I'm glad they didn't.
No,
really
I'm talking monologue. I want to see 3 solid minutes of Thor talking.
I know what you're talking about, but they won't do it because it'll be hokey. It works on the page, but on the screen it won't work. And what they've done with Thor is good, because I've said it numerous times, but he's just as dangerous as the Hulk. He could have came off super hammy and hokey, and he didn't. It worked, so they need to leave Thor as he is. Don't.
Meanwhile, I'm still waiting for my Loki movie.
Oh, it'll happen.
I want Tom Hiddleston to have his own movie as Loki. Tom Hiddleston is the best part of the Thor movies.
He's like one of the best parts.
I don't think that's even a question.
You know,
that's true. It's a good point.
What really sucks, though, is the fact that we're never going to get Tom Hiddleston Loki with Michael Fassbender Magneto. That's upsetting.
Oh my god. Actually, I heard some interesting rumors that apparently either the X-Men are in the end credits scene of Spider-Man or vice versa. Either Spider-Man is in the end credits of the X-Men movie, or X-Men are in the end credits of the Spider-Man movie. And either way, what the fuck? They adamantly refuse to allow Marvel to use the characters in the movies, but they'll put the other movies. It's like, you can't have your expanded universe, but we can. Fuck you.
I have a feeling that someone's trolling. There's no way that that's true.
Well, we'll find out next week. Or 2 weeks after that. Yeah. Actually, Friday. We'll find out Friday or 2 weeks from now.
Not to date this episode, but Spider-Man comes out in 2 or 3 days. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, that is. Not Spider-Man 1.
Comes out Friday.
Tobey Maguire. Well,
We're filming this on Tuesday.
They don't know when today is.
It's 4 days after Tuesday. 3 days after Tuesday, depending on what time you're talking about Tuesday.
Right, but they didn't know that.
They didn't know that. They didn't know the chronological order of the days.
When this is
Congratulations,
released,
listener. You're stupid.
let me tell you, by the time this episode comes out, Spider-Man will have already been out. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I'm aware of that. I'm just saying we filmed this on Tuesday. Spider-Man 2 comes out Friday.
But if you go back
Shut up.
a minute and a half to when we started
Shut
arguing
up.
about this, we had never said that today
Shut
was
up.
Tuesday.
Shut your whore mouth. Either way, of all the movies coming out this month, or next month rather, in May, I'm most looking forward to Godzilla.
Yeah, actually. Me too. And
You
I'm
are?
a huge Godzilla fan.
I am. I'm amazed that you're looking forward to it at all. I didn't think you'd even go to see it.
Cranston. Cranston.
I was just going to say you're going to go see it because of Bryan Cranston.
And Aaron Taylor Johnson. And
Who?
Kick-Ass.
Oh. I didn't know he was in it.
Well, he is.
Honestly, the first time I saw this episode, I thought the same thing every concurrent time I've seen it. This would be an absolute hell for me.
Not being able
The
to talk.
Island of Silence.
Yeah.
Not being able to talk or hear, nothing. That would be an absolute hell for me. I would go absolutely batshit insane.
But if you were all by yourself, would it matter?
We're gonna ignore the fact that Odin is only supposed to have one eye.
That's for people who don't follow the comics and won't be like, who's that? Is that Nick Fury? He only has one eye. Is that Nick Fury? Nick Fury only has one eye. Is that Nick Fury? Is that Nick Fury? I think that's Nick Fury. Yeah, that's Nick Fury.
I'm Nick Fury.
Shut your...
Look, it says...
What? Did you just say you're Nick Fury?
Hell yeah, son. What of it?
I don't believe you.
When you watch this video and you see what my name says, you'll believe it then. Because the internet doesn't lie.
It says narrow.
It says Fury.
Well, it's going to now because you're going to put a caption over narrow, so it says Fury.
Guess what your name is? Corey Buttlicker.
It's going to actually say that now, isn't it? It says it. Right there, doesn't it?
You tell me. In the
Yeah.
comment section. Like, comment, and
Yeah, it does.
subscribe.
You just go ahead and put the frowny face over my face now. I'll assume that it's there. No, it's actually probably a giant dick. Because he does all the editing, and I don't get to put any captions in. Fuck.
Well, whose fault is that?
I have just realized the inherent flaw in these videos.
It only took like 7 or 8 of them.
I like your casual, like, it only took, fuck, I have no idea how many episodes in we are. Think real quick, 7?
Actually, I think this is like 9 right now. I don't know when this one will come out in order, but it's probably the 9th one we've recorded. You could think to yourself, don't say how many we've done or when or what.
9. No, you're actually right. This is 9 that we've recorded. Well, no, I'm sorry, this is actually 11. If you include the run-in and the Bogus feature bonus feature.
Yeah. The run-in.
We're gonna have to film another one of those. Well, we'll talk about that later.
We'll see.
Hail Hydra.
We're going to do that every time. Shut up. What are those lines under Loki's eyes? It's just not very clear. Does he just like slather on the mascara? It's like, maybe. Oh, now I look sad. I'm sad. I'm sad, God. Oh wait, if you watch the Thor movies, they're not gods. The only thing that almost ruined Thor 2 for me. Literally almost ruined Thor 2 for me. We're not gods. Yeah, you fucking are. You're Odin. He's Loki. That's Thor. Gods. It was a legitimate gripe I had with Thor 2, because Odin would never say that. Ever. Odin would never say, we are not gods. Because they are gods.
It doesn't bother me as much as it bothers you.
It bothers me a lot.
It's a cool explanation.
It bothers me a lot because that's the first time they've done something like that in the cinematic Marvel universe. In the collective cinematic Marvel universe, that's the first time where they've straight up fucked with the source material. Like, that is a direct, complete contradiction of the source material. That's the first time they've done that, and I hope it's not a trend. I mean, don't get me wrong, the movies are not shot-for-shot remakes of the source material, but that is a direct contradiction.
The Enchantress is fucking hot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like, I'd be totally under... Alright, real quick. Top 5 comic book women's. Go.
Oh, Jesus. Are we talking just Marvel or DC too, or what?
No. Comics.
In general?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You can't put me on the spot like that. Venus
Alright,
D'Amato.
I'll go first. Alright. Shut the fuck up, you fucking asshole. God damn it. I'm gonna walk away from this fucking video right now. If you'd like to know what he's talking about, go watch our other videos. And like, comment, subscribe. No, for me, it would be Black Cat. Black Cat is number 1. Then Emma Frost. Carol Ferris.
Yeah.
Well, let me rephrase. Carol Ferris as the Star Sapphire when she's dressed like a whore. Pretty freaking awesome. Possibly Aricia. I don't know. Take that one away. I'll go back. I might come back to her, but the Enchantress. We're at the end of the episode.
We are at the end of the episode.
Can these be like an hour long?
No. No one will watch it if it's an hour long. And it would break the...
We just did a video that was 3 hours long!
And nobody watched it. Anyway, this is the end of the episode.
Nobody's watching this!
We'll continue this in the next episode. We'll talk about top 5 hottest right at the top, right as soon as we start the next episode.
Tell you what, we will go into the top 5 hottest women in comic books in another episode of Bogus Features, bonus features. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, we did reach the end of this episode. Like, comment, subscribe. We love the feedback, positive or negative. And either way, stay tuned for more Avengers. Bye.
Avengers, disassemble.
Hey, why the fuck didn't you notice I wasn't me?
Any butt. Good stuff. Take it out of my fucking face.